Howdy, all Molex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Oh man, I guess I was thinking before I started loading this up that I had finished all this, but obviously somebody didn't finish. That someone would be me, of course. Uh, so, uh, uh just finished loading the dishwasher. I'm tired. I um I don't load the dishwasher very often. Uh, if it's empty, I put my dirty dishes in there, but it's not often that it's empty. At some point, it was supposed to be some children's chores to empty the dishwasher, and somewhere in there, their parents stopped making them do it, and so um, the parents also apparently have stopped doing the dishes as well. So I'm like, man, this just been be a big mess. I guess I better just do it then. I would like to have, silverware for breakfast tomorrow. Just saying. Maybe somebody should clean this mess up. Can I punch this and get seeds back? Yes. Well, don't punch the dirt, punch the plant. So I have been watching Community. I don't like it. Uh, like, so many people I know are like, oh man, have you seen this show? It's awesome. I found I'm on season 5. Like, I'm in it for the long haul here. It's 6 seasons long. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. But I noticed that in 6 seasons, or in the over 4 seasons I have watched, I have found 2 episodes to be actually funny. 2. Now, I'm not saying there aren't occasional jokes on the show that make me chuckle, but I don't like the show. I'm disappointed. Everybody was, like everybody, every time I see mention of that show online, in person, doesn't matter. Everybody's like, yeah, Community, you gotta watch it. It's like the best show. And I'm like, I need to watch that. And then it finally came on Netflix, and I watched a couple episodes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really enjoying this. Maybe it gets better. Now the people who are the actors, um, I'm never really been a big fan of Chevy Chase, but um, uh, he's probably the only one I can remember the name of. Um, but there's a couple of actors on there that I've seen in other things. I know the one is from, well, I guess she's from that one, but I know her from Glow. She was really good in Glow, and but man, I don't know. It doesn't seem funny to me. I like I'll watch something and be like, okay, I can see how people think this is funny, and but it might not be my kind of humor. I don't even see how this is funny for the most part. I just, it's kind of boring. Um, I I did note while watching an episode, I'm like, you know what? Some of this might be because I absolutely despise this kind of show. Isn't helping matters, and it's not the college comedy that I don't enjoy. But there was anime back in the day that so anime used to be really hard to get a hold of. especially where I live. And so there were like 0 places to get it where I live, and we would drive about an hour to a large town, city, because I live in the middle of nowhere. And so we would go to a store called Media Play. So Media Play was like the only store. That and Suncoast Video, I think, in the mall, were the only places that would have anime. And Suncoast Video didn't have a very big selection, but Media Play had like a whole aisle of anime. Oh, wow, yeah. And, oh no, I don't have any gas on me. Any chance that the gas is reloaded here? Please have some gas. Oh, please have some gas. Whew. I can't believe I'm out of gas. I'm sure there's other places in this building to get gas. So, like we're talking like the 90s, and so I have paid 25, I think it was, a disc for anime series. And so I spent like, there were 10 discs, and they'd get released. I don't need that money because there's no place to spend it. So I had purchased the entire Gundam Wing, one of my favorite animes ever. And I've got a few other things that I purchased at the time. That was like pre-internet really being a thing, right? I mean, once internet became a thing, then you could get them off eBay, or I bought a lot off eBay, and now you can just download them, right? Watch them on a streaming service. Streaming was not a thing. That's a relatively new invention, and so my sister went to. Oh, hey. Apparently I already have that. I didn't realize I already had that. I could make my own chemistry station. I swear I looked the other day and I did not have the recipe for the chemistry station. That's why I moved my base to the chemistry station. Weird. Well, I guess my new base will have a chemistry station. But, so she went to a different college than I went to. I didn't live on campus, and she lived on the campus at her college. And so there was a fairly large repository of fan sub anime on the college's network, and so she would download a series onto CD-ROMs and bring them home on break for me. And one of the series that she downloaded was this anime called Excel Saga. I absolutely hated it. And I noticed that Community shares some of the same things that I hated about Excel Saga. I don't enjoy this week we're going to be this kind of show. And a lot of the Community episodes are like that, because they're sort of from the point of view of the film student. And so like one episode will be a horror movie, one episode will be a detective movie. One episode was Shawshank Redemption, or is it just Shawshank? Shawshank. I don't know why I put a redemption on there. And I don't like that. Just be your show. I don't need I don't need you to pretend to be something different every week. Like a one-off, sure. Like do an episode that's a documentary about something going on in the show, sure. That can be funny. I could enjoy that. But every episode is like something different. Um and I don't know. I didn't find it funny. There were a couple episodes, I don't even remember what they were at this point, but I do remember thinking, wow, I actually enjoyed that episode. I kind of like the paintball episodes that they had at the toward the end of the first couple of seasons, but yeah, most of it's just weird, and for me, not in a good way. Now, I'm not saying worst show ever, don't watch it. No, I'm saying is I didn't like it, and I am gonna finish it, but it's been a slog. It's a good thing I have video games I'm playing while I'm watching it because I could not sit through watching that. Um, it's kind of like The Office. I do like The Office, but I don't like parts of The Office. And so it's a little bit like the parts of The Office that I don't like. And I just, like, for the most part, I don't like Michael Scott from The Office, right? I only like the interactions between Jim and Dwight. I don't like Dwight. That kind of stuff. Uh, I'm not saying anything, once again, wrong. If those are your favorite characters, those are your favorite characters. Good for you. Then you really like that show. I didn't, and that's okay. That probably should go in the mod section, right? Let's see. I'm gonna put all my food stuff in here for right now. Is honey a food? Honey's not food, right? Honey's a medicine. Medicine. Mod. Armor pieces. Bullets. Did I put my gasoline in here? Am I out of gasoline? Wow. I can't believe it. I'm out of gasoline, apparently. That's crazy. Huh. Alright, well, I need to, I guess, start getting my equipment down here. So I believe I made a forge, a workbench, and a campfire. So we'll do campfire, forge, workbench. Now what do I gotta do to make this chemistry station? Because I should probably make that too. 1 beaker, 100 forged iron, 3 cooking pots, 30 short pipes, and 5 acid. Acid check, short pipes check, forged iron check, beaker should be check because I got 4 of those. Cooking pots though, I'll probably have to make Cooking pots. Oh no, you know what? I'm pretty sure I didn't empty my forge. I'm gonna have to take fuel back and empty my forge. Those are supplies. That's just too much, too many supplies to not have with me. Yeah, I'm especially not enjoying the new season of Community. I feel like they probably should have just ended at 4 years. It's it doesn't it doesn't make any sense. Like, so the main guy, all right, he faked his diploma to get into the college, or no, not to get into college, to get a job as a lawyer, and so now he has to go back and get his degree to be a lawyer. But he was a highly successful lawyer before somebody turned him in for not having a diploma, which only matters in some states. So maybe it matters in California. And so then he's at the college, and he's there for 4 years to get his bachelor's degree, which will allow him to become a lawyer again. And dang it. I kind of hoped I had enough fuel. I've got to get fuel. This could be dangerous. Also, I needed food. I should have ate. I got liquid. So we're good there. I'll drink a couple of these, I guess. Get myself good and hydrated here. I made it so far from my base. Oof. Also, I didn't really mark my new base. So at the end of the 4 years, he got his bachelor's degree, right? And which is, you know, expected. But man, then they start up season 5, and now he's a failed lawyer, which doesn't make any sense. Because he was a highly successful lawyer who had to go to the community college, and that was the joke, was that he didn't want to be there, and he took the least amount of anything he could do to get a degree. And so got his degree, but now he can't be a lawyer? I don't get it. Like, it's weird. And so now he's back, and now he's a teacher there, but it looks to me like I didn't watch Community when it was on. It must have had a gap between the end of season 4 and the start of season 5. And then I know, like, what's his name, Donald Glover, I'm pretty sure has left the show at this point. And because I remember reading something about that. I could be wrong, but I thought he had left the show. And Chevy Chase has left the show. And so, like this season is just like, yeah, if we were popular, we should keep going. But then they didn't continue with what they had before, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't see how people were so excited about this show. Like, I've definitely watched better shows, and this one is always super suggested. Um, I also started rewatching 12 Monkeys. Now, for me, that's an excellent show. I didn't finish it when it was on. That fell into that whole, as I've told before, the whole DVR issue. Um, and so I was looking for something to watch that wasn't Community for at least a little bit the other night. A lot of my time is being eaten up. I added stuff to my limited amounts of free time. I don't know why I thought it'd be a good idea, but I picked up that MMO that I'm playing with other people, and I started up a server for my gaming group, modded Minecraft that we play. So now I've eaten up my Sundays and my Tuesdays. And then Mondays and Thursdays are our normal gaming group, which is we already met once today for the one gaming group. And then Wednesdays is D&D with the other gaming group. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I thought any of that would be a good idea, but I did it. I started up playing Final Fantasy 14. But with winter here, I should get back my time spent mowing the lawn. So that's like 5 hours a week. So that'll be nice. 5 extra hours of doing nothing. Yeah, I guess just super quick, the DVR thing was just that like to record whole seasons of things. DVR died, had to get a replacement. Got the replacement. Never got back into watching shows. It took them so long to get me a replacement. And oh yeah, look at all that iron and brass and stuff I almost left behind. Oh, I didn't bring the little parts that let me get my brass back out the other way. Can I get clay back too? Do I need my stone back? No, let's just make cement out of it. Ooh, that's going to take a long time. Look at that, 30 minutes, 37 minutes. Oof. So, yeah, and then got the replacement DVR, started loading stuff up, missed some episodes, and then there's also that whole crap with the cable channels and fighting with the cable companies over who gets to show what, and so that missed me out on some episodes, and then and then HBO like completely pulled itself off of Dish, which is what I was using, and so then I've got a DVR full of stuff that I haven't watched yet, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm canceling my Dish. So I canceled my Dish. They came and took the DVR. No more DVR. No more shows. So like whole series I had to watch are just gone, and I'm not very good at playing catch up. There's a couple of them out there I really want to watch through. The Last Ship I was really enjoying when it was on, and I watched like the first season or so of that, and I thought there's no way it's getting renewed because I enjoy it too much. and then it went for like 5 or 6 seasons after the first season. I was surprised. And then 12 Monkeys. I watched the first 2 seasons of that. I think there's a third season to watch, so that's another one I want to get through. I just watched through the first 5 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. I just wish I had more time to do that stuff. I feel like I'm just always busy, and then I add stuff like Final Fantasy 14, which is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's been pretty good. And I've been wanting to play an MMO, something you play with other people. I don't think we've quite got to the play with other people part yet, although we're starting to get there. And uh, somebody's got to get high enough level to make a guild, and then it'll feel more like an MMO to me. So the one guy wasn't here this weekend, so I worked on. You can be any class in the game, so I was working on the Lancer class, which is leads into the Dragoon, which is a classic Final Fantasy character, um, whose name escapes me. Kane. That's a pretty easy name to remember. Kane, the Dragoon. So I'm hoping they're cool like that. I'm also going to go, when I get high enough level, Dark Knight, which would be Kane's buddy Cecil, from my favorite Final Fantasy. My main one, though, is a Summoner, because summoning is my favorite. And some really enjoying a lot of it so far. I wish there was a little more in depth to the classes. I do feel it suffers from modern thinking. I There's a point where games went from being complex to being console simple. And so Final Fantasy 14 is a game you can play on a console. And so they really have reduced the number of things that are available. But as I've said before, I liked EverQuest 2 a lot, like one of my all-time favorite games. And no MMO that I have played since. Star Wars Galaxies was close, but Nowhere Galaxies, that's not what I played. Knights of the Old Republic was close. But most MMOs that I have tried don't come close to the complexity that was EverQuest 2, where I'd have like 40 different abilities and items that I would use during battles. Um, and like Final Fantasy is like one or two abilities that you just spam over and over again, while occasionally throwing in a couple of others here and there. And or like uh, Elder Scrolls Online, right? It's pretty fun. It's a lot like playing Skyrim or something, but only has a couple of abilities for you to actually use from what I played. Um, or like Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars 1, also very simplistic, just a few abilities. And I like a lot of things going on. I like buffs and temporary buffs and resistances to spell types. So maybe sometimes you need an encounter AOE. Sometimes you need a point blank AOE. Maybe you need it to be ice. Maybe you need it to be fire, lightning. Physical attacks, potions and food and drink and um, magic items that buff you for a limited time. All that stuff. And most games just don't seem to have that anymore. Uh, which I don't know. I like the complexity. There is, however, as I have mentioned, I don't want a game to be hard just to be hard either. And so it needs to hit that sweet spot where it's just enough complicated to make it interesting, but not so complicated that I don't want to do it. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here for tonight. And probably get back to work here. And so I guess I will sign off then. So be better than the small things, lean to the light, and I will talk to you later.